Now that we have clear understanding of various approaches on how to find the maximum values index in a sorted and rotated array, let's just implement the binary search based approach, whatever we have discussed, right? Let's just write the JavaScript logic for the same thing here. So I have created the new file and I have added the class and function declaration, as well as I have added the logic for calling that function as well. Now let's just dive into the implementation of the same thing. So here, first of all, let me just read the length of the array dot length. Once I read the length, if at all this length is equal to 0, that means that the array that we have got is empty. In that case, we will simply return -1. If this is not the case, now we have actually got a sorted and rotated array. According to the problem statement that we have, the array is sorted in ascending order as well as it is rotated at least once. So whatever the logic that we are going to write, right, it is based on that. If at all if your array is sorted in the descending order and rotated at least once, you just need to interchange the logic that we are writing so that you will get the solution for the descending order sorted as well as rotated array. Okay, first, anyway, here, like in any of the binary search based solutions that we are writing, let's just define the start and end and initialize them with appropriate values. Along with that, let's also initialize the middle. Now here all we do is, as long as this start is less than end, what we will do, we will basically calculate the middle. This middle is nothing but math.floor of start plus end divided by 2. Once we get the middle, what we will do is, we will basically compare the value at the middle index and the value at the start index. Now let's just observe what we have to do here. We have calculated the middle index and the value at this middle index is greater than whatever the value we have at the start index. Now since it is sorted array and rotated array, we are trying to find the maximum value. Since the middle value is greater, this middle value can be the larger value or the larger value can be available anywhere on the right of the array. To continue our search, what we will do is, we will simply update the start with middle index, because the maximum value can be the middle or any value on the right of the middle. So to continue our search, we have simply updated with middle only, not with middle plus 1. If this is not the case, that means the maximum value can be the middle or anywhere on the left of the array. To continue our search on the left part of the array, here we will simply update the end index with middle. Once we complete this loop, right, we would basically get the maximum values index inside this start variable. So here we will simply return whatever the start that we have got. Okay, so this is the way of finding the maximum values index in a sorted and rotated array. If at all if your array is sorted in the descending order, all you need to do is exchange these two lines of code such that you will basically get the solution for the same thing as well. Okay, now anyway, here basically I have not passed any values in the array. Obviously in this case we will get -1. That is what we have got. Now to give you one example on how the sorted and rotated array looks like, here the values that we have passed all are in ascending order. It is not rotated yet. If at all if I want to rotate the array once, right, what I will do is, I will take the value 1 and I will put it in the end. Now this array is rotated once. Now the maximum value is obviously 6 and it is available at index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I run the program right now, 4 should be the output, which is what we have got. Similarly, let's just say here the array is rotated twice. That means this 2 has been moved to the end of the array. Now the maximum value is 6 and it is available at index 3, right? So if I run this right now, the output is 3. Okay, similarly you can rotate the array any number of times. The output will be the actual index of the maximum value. Now this array is rotated 5 times and the maximum value is 6 and it is at index 0. So if I run this right now, the output should be 0, which is what we have got. So whatever the logic that we have written, right, is working fine, honoring all the scenarios. Now basically we will try to reuse this logic in the next problem that we implement, which is nothing but we try to search a particular value in a complete sorted and rotated array. Okay, so I'll see you in that specific problem.